Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakag Wadash, and double honor to the apostles and the bishops on down, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Brakatham, to the hopeful elect, you brothers out there as well as we believe, and it's your brother Laban. And what I want to do is I want to give my take on what this woman has said on this video, and there lies the topic. So let's get into it.
My mother didn't have the best support, loving support during pregnancy.
Yeah.
So I was born here in Atlanta. By 1, we moved to Detroit. By 4, I'm dying. Because at this point, you're getting this everybody dies. And I'm like, how could everybody die when we are the children of God?
Yeah.
And God don't die. I think what really happens is that people say everything happens for a reason. I'm saying everything happens by law.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to stop it there and get into the topic of discussion here of the reason why we are not living like the Most High. We're the sons of God, right? Let's begin by reading this. Psalms 82 and verse 6. I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. And many things have happened to transpire to the point where we are not as gods anymore, living forever in this case. And what she believes in, because I've seen her before a while back ago, and she believes in, of course, holistic foods and stuff of that nature, which, you eating dairy products or meats, that's what's going to limit your lifespan. And to a degree, she's right. But you eating good, it ain't going to make you live forever. The reason why we can't live forever because of the frame that the Most High has brought us to. And that is the frame of the flesh, okay? Which the flesh is stuck on stupid in the sense of imagining evil. All right, that's in the book of, I think that's in the book of Sirach, as it is written, which I have over here, Sirach 17 and 31. What is brighter than the sun, yet the lights thereof faileth, and flesh and blood will imagine evil. So that's where we're at right now. And that's why we're dying. Although as it is written that we are what? We are gods. But as it is written, all of ye are the children of the Most High, and ye shall die like men. Because sin has entered into us. And I'm going to get into that at the last scripture. And then I'm going to read Romans, the 5th chapter, to tie it all in. And so what I want to do is I want to get into the book of Genesis, the 6th chapter. And there's a couple of points that I want to make on this as well. This is Genesis 6 and 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them, that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, in other words, beautiful, and they took them wives, all of them which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also his flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. So the lifespan went from almost hitting 1,000 years to where the average lifespan at this time was 120 years. And that's how long Noah was able to preach for. Okay. Even Job lived to 140 some odd years. And even more so now, our lifespan is deducted. The average age, I would say, among our people is between the ages of 65 to 75. And that's my guess estimate. But if you take it back 4,000 some odd years ago, we was doing 10 times that. And then some. Over 10 times that, I would say. So let's continue on. Verse 4, and there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of the Most High came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. So when we look up this word giants, the word there is Nepal, which really the word should be Nepalium, because it's mentioning the giants as in plural, but they have the word Nepal, which means fallen. So let's look up the root word here. And so that's what it means. It means to fall. So we fell from that God-like estate, as well as it's written, just to precept that with 2 Peter's chapter 2 and verse 4. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. And that's what happened. So those angelic forces, or gods, have you will, we're talking about us. So because of sin, we were not spared. And so now we're bearing the frame of the flesh, which is only going to but imagine of evil. Just like the Apostle Paul said, he said, Romans 7 and verse 18, for I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not, because he couldn't do it. For the good that I do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. Exactly. Now if I do that which I would not, it is more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. Exactly. So that's the root, that's the nuts and bolts of it, as the saying goes. The reason why we are not living the way we should have had been living, because death is in us. And when I say death, I'm talking about sin, which came from Adam originally. And I want to read this as well. This is 2 Ezra 9 and verse 19. For then everyone obeyed, but now, let me read this correctly. Let's go up and read verse 18. And now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed. But now the manner of them which are created in this world, that is made, are corrupted by a perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable, rid themselves. So that perpetual seed which has corrupted us is sin, which originates back to what Adam did. And let's even read that in the book of Romans, the 5th chapter. Romans 5. And what are we talking? Maybe 17? Yeah. Verse 19, actually. For as by one man's disobedience, many were made sinners. Let me slow it down. Romans, what is it? Where we at? Romans 5 and 19. For as by one man's disobedience, many were made sinners, so by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous. So now Yahweh Shai has come already 2,000 years ago to rectify all of that. So when we're delivered, guess what? We're going to be wearing the same apparel as Yahweh Shai, inhabiting those spiritual bodies, those celestial bodies, which are only made to be correct in keeping the laws, statutes, and the commandments of the Lord. And that's where the new covenant comes in, which is going to bring that everlasting life. So if we're not sinning anymore, then there is no death. There can only but be life. So that's the real reason why we're not living forever as the Most High. So it's not because we're not eating holistic foods as to why we're not living forever. It's to do of sin. Okay, that's the ultimate reason. Now, can eating the right balanced amount of food help you here and there? Yes, it can, of course. Yes. But it doesn't determine one's lifespan, is it? It's not going to make you live forever just because you have a balanced diet all the time. Okay, so in order for us to live forever, our frame has to be changed. And so we're going to go all the way back to being what we once were, but even better, because even back then, there was a limited time span that our people had as the sons of God, when we were living some 400 years, some 300 years, some 500 years, some over 100 years, some 700 years. And you can read that in the book of Genesis, the 5th chapter, to be exact. And you can read about the lifespan, like the lifespans of men, the lifespans of men that lived. All right, which goes into all of that stuff. So when we're changed, There ain't going to be no limitation. We're literally going to live forever. And that's what Yahweh Shai even mentioned. If we believe on him, everlasting life. So that's all I got to say with this. With that, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and his Son, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone and the elder bishops on down, and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Brakatham to you brothers of the 144,000 and the 1/3 that do follow, and it's your brother Laban. Shalom.